You see, if you look at the act establishing the core, that stated very clearly that civil defense should give protection for critical national assets and infrastructure. So, since it is a mandate given to us, the government, through that act, we have developed a lot of strategies, both kinetic and non-kinetic, to be able to provide protection for these critical assets and infrastructure in the nation. And I'd like to tell you that we have done a lot in that area. Recently, we have even introduced the application of digital technology, like now we use drones, we use very powerful infrared cameras, in our operations. And I'd like to tell you that we have recorded a lot of successes, especially in the area we have seen that in the area of arrest, there's a very great improvement, And so going forward, we have also developed the other aspect of non-kinetic measures in terms of engaging, the populace in trying to conscientize them on the need to know, because security actually is supposed to be for everybody. And that's why we have a slogan in the core that says, if you see something, you have to say something. So going forward, perhaps, and that is why you are seeing that the rate of kidnapping of school children have reduced. And going forward, we like to go further to concretize, some of these strategies we have developed to make sure that we'll nip any situation in the board. Well, there are provisions in the law that actually explain how to deal with a situation like this. So I have directed the command here to actually explore the provisions of the law in dealing with minors. But actually, illegal mining is something that the government is frowning at, But I'd like to tell you that it will be handled according to what the law says, as far as handling of situations of such is concerned. Very good question. We have gone very, very far. When I say we have gone very, very far, you see, the world is turning to be a global village, and therefore, application of technology is now the main thing and what is invoked. And so, the core has been able to introduce the use of digital technology in its operation. And I'd like to tell you that we have seen a lot of very formidable improvements, as far as our operations are concerned. Has boosted our level of even arrests. Because, for instance, before we go out for operations, we send our drones for surveillance, and we wait for the drones to come back. Then we will use the information obtained from the drone and make some what is called predictive analytics. We interpret it, and then we begin to interrogate it before we now begin to launch operation. And so using that has really given the core an edge in terms of recording of successes. I'd like to tell you that we have arrested so far within the time we have started applying these gadgets. We have arrested over 100 suspects, who are involved in vandalization of critical national assets and infrastructure. The most recent one is the one of this manhole theft, where you see in the night, and then in the night these hoodlums come out, and we have our people, we have our personnel who used to go on surveillance. And in fact, even among some of the drones that we've gotten some of the drones that they have infrared, they have night vision. And so, we have gotten intelligence where these bad guys usually concentrate, where they know that the manhole are there. So they concentrate. So we mount our surveillance there, and we have arrested several of them. In fact, convicted several of them. So going forward, I'd like to tell you that the call is recording very huge success.
Thank you so much, sir. How well is Nscdc synergizing with other security agencies in ensuring security among Nigerians?
Well, I have mentioned this one severally. This is about the first time we are seeing the 3 C's practically, conspicuously in practice: collaboration, cooperation, and coordination. And because we have been echoing this severally, that no service should claim any monopoly of any strategy. And we have seen now really that services have seen the need to really come together and work together, share information. Now that we even have a fusion center domiciled in the office of the National Security Advisor, I think it has further strengthened and make it real, in terms of sharing of information. All security agencies are assembled. They have a representative in that center where intelligence information are sent, they're interpolated, they're interrogated, and then they are sent back for action.
Now, talking about this digital technology, how would you assess the level of capacity building among your personnel, or the Nscdc, in this digital technology area?
Well, I like to tell you that the core can boast of having qualified, trained drone drivers. In fact, at a point in time, an office was created through Office of National Security Advisor, in those days, and domicile in Bayelsa, where we have some of our staff that are drafted to work, within that office, and they receive training internationally, on how to drive drones. And so, even recently, some of them are in the National Security Advisor's office, trying to teach others on how to apply the use of drones. So we have fared very well. I'd like to tell you that.
Now, coming down to the Institute, what's your impression of the Defense Week so far?
Well, very fantastic. As an alumnus, you should expect that definitely the Institute is doing well, and then and that is why I'm here, because if the Institute is not doing well, I will not come, even though I'm an alumnus. But the Institute is doing very, very well. And this Defense Week is a week, that brings all security agencies together, to share information and ideas. And going forward, is all moving towards achieving the same objective.
Okay. Now let me ask you. You came here for a reason today.
Yeah.
There was a groundbreaking ceremony for a new building. Yes. What motivated you to do this?
Well, like I told you, as an alumnus, I passed through this institution, and I know that while I was even here, organizations donated, certain program or project, to the institute. And then now that I'm a product of the institute, and God has given me this position, I also feel that I should contribute my own quota, so that the organization will have a place in the institute, just like other organizations.
Okay. Now, finally, sir, what message are you leaving for participants and staff of Nipss on protection and security of assets and infrastructure of the institute?
Well, first and foremost, let me ask and plead to the participants to really pay attention to this course. You see, National Institute is a think tank institute that trains policy and strategic individuals in terms of policy and strategy. And so participants should concentrate and learn the nitty-gritty and rudiments and pass through the system. That's number one. Number two, participants should also know that the protection of critical national assets and infrastructure, in the country is not only the responsibility of the core or the security agencies. Everybody, like we said, every citizen has a right, to protect his country. And so the whole idea is that we are working together as citizens, to safeguard our national critical assets and infrastructure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.